Oh, hello, boys. I smell another off-meta build. How about you? This is going to be a melee self-willed Chain Lightning Sorceress. So, something about Infinity that I quite like, which is looked over a lot, is the 50% chance to cast level 20 Chain Lightning when you kill an enemy. So, what we're going to do is we're going to amp up our single target damage with one dream. So that's enough to pop a single mob to proc our Chain Lightning. Okay, so a lot of our damages we're still going to be getting from Pulse, and we're still going to be using for static and things like that. But we also have 20 Chain Lightning on kill. We have 2 rings with 8%. We have an amulet with 8% on attack. And we also have Cow King's Hide. So 5% chance to cast 18 when struck. So all of this is going to add up. Nice Chain Lightning damage. A little bit of a different take on a melee Sorceress. So it's not a full benefit of using dreams, but it's just a different way to use the Infinity, which I found quite fun. But not the greatest, but still quite fun. So let's get into it. Stat, skills, and gear, and then we'll get nice and wet. So strength is reasonable. I prefer an Infinity Man-Catcher. The durability is unfortunately a little bit poopy, but we do need enough strength for 132, dexterity at 134. Okay, so the rest we have Vitality, which I like around that 100 mark for excess, and then Energy Shield. Resistances I wanted to have quite nice and high with all of this, and that was doable with what we had. Now, over to the skills. Fire spells, we've got one into enchant just to get a little bit more, but you could honestly save that there. Cold spells, I got one into frozen armor. You don't necessarily need it, but we're spending a lot of time up front with enemies, so I found that I would at least want to put this in here, just one. We don't need Frost Nova or anything in my opinion. Now lightning is where most of our jank is going to be. Okay, so we've got 20 in Mastery, and we're maximizing all the synergies of Chain Lightning. So that is Charge Bolt, Nova, and Lightning. So maxed out, and maxed out. So with Static Field and Nova, that's just 1.1 just to get down to max that one out. Okay? Now, excess you want to put into your Telekinesis and Energy Shield. So I have 13 in there, and I've got 9 on there. So if I switch to cast, I have CTA with Chilling Armor and Energy Shield, and that's going to give me a little bit more, okay, on our Energy Shield. Mercenary, we'll go for him first. I've got Blessed Aim to give us better single target damage. We have our Conviction, which is lowering enemy defense too, so don't forget about that. We have Insight, that's going to help maintain our Energy Shield when we're up in the meat of things. Yes, you can opt for an Act 1 Mercenary with more attack speed, and that will change vastly which gear you choose to do, and maybe we could get rid of things like Death Set as well. So that's another variation we could do. I have a Cure Helm. It's not ethereal, but it's what I had lying in my stash. I must have the other one somewhere else, but that's going to help with cleansing. So we want good survivability when we're up in the meat of things. That's quite important. So we're not casting Chain Lightning from range, we're smacking it with a little toothpick. Okay? Now, our gear. I have Infinity in the Man-Catcher. So, level 20 Chain Lightning is always a static roll on there. It doesn't change in level. So that's all we care about aside from reasonable enemy lightning resistance reduction at 55 at the cap. Dream Helm, we have a good crazy amulet here I just made. Okay, calm down. That's just for showcasing off meta, alright? So 220 FCR and then Chain Lightning on attack, which can roll 8%, okay? 8 level 5. So we've got the same modifier on 2 rings, and a lot of people don't really consider these for stuff, you know? Like, we're not attacking at a crazy pace where they're going to proc all the time, but it's definitely on theme of the build. Speaking of on theme, we've got Cow Kings for a weird spot, which we've upgraded. I put a Chamrune in here, although I do have Death Piece, it's a bit negligible. But I was mixing and matching bits of gear, so if we change our Mercenary like I said, and do like Act 1 Rogue Mercenary, when, you know, with an Insight Bow and maybe even a Fanaticism and a Faith Bow, then we can change our attack speed, and we still need that Chamrune in there. So that's why I had that while testing. Now, the boots, we finish off with just a pair of mana, but you can honestly choose whatever you want. Sandstorms is a great option, as you boys know. So, CTA Staff, Chilling Armor, and Energy Shield. So I'm going to cast that up now. We'll put that up. Beautiful. Emilio can have some too. And we'll switch back. For our charms, we have Torch, Annihilus, Sunder, Lightning, Skillers with, I think, 1 hit recovery, and then attack rating and life, which is amped up quite a bit by Blessed Aim, and then a little bit on top with Enchant. So let's get into some gameplay with this, and I'll show you how it works. I'm going to put this up to players 3, hey? There we are. Single target stab. You can see the chain lightning just zipping all the way through. Poison Shrine is nice, so let's grab that and move on. The single target is a little bit underwhelming, I won't lie. He does have Holy Freeze, so that's a bit slow and gross, but we'll pop him and we'll move on. Nice little showcase. I do want to go to the pits because there's a lot of falling, so there's a lot more small mobs for that chain lightning to kind of switch through. Makes it nice and fun. That's the main thing I like to do. You know, gotta make fun builds, eh, boys? But still viable. Okay. Nice. Love a good chain lightning. You don't really need the rings with that +8, but I wanted to because it all adds up. The attack is only on successful attack. It doesn't actually work on ranged and things like that. Unfortunately. If we did want to put something else with attack on striking, you could put Wisp on here. I've made a couple of builds in the past that utilize that Wisp, and that's on striking. So that would still use a bunch of the synergies, so from Nova and Chain Bolt, but not from Chain Lightning. So that's good single target damage. So that would be an option too if you're not really one to hunt around for a stupid rear mod for only 8% level 5 Chain Lightning. I get you, man. This understandable, yeah. Gross. There we go. That's better. The damage from this does require you to kill a small mob. That's where that chain lightning comes from. If there's no close mobs in the vicinity, if you're just finishing off, then chain lightning doesn't really have anything to bounce to. But that's fine. This helps clear out a lot of small mobs and things that are around the place. So, speaking of small mobs, I'll finish this here. And then I'm going to go to Play Jungle. Hop around, kill some flayers. There we go. Alright, so let's cast some of these up again. Get that frozen armor up. And let's go over to Trav. Wait, why did I click Trav? I don't want to go to Trav. I just said Flayer. Oh, god damn it. I need to eat some food or something. Am I dehydrated? I might be. God damn. Sorry, boys. Alright, let's go over Flay Jungle. Load screen McGee. Alright, here we go. Alright. Nice. So you can see a lot further now on how that chain lightning actually spreads, which is kind of cool. And again, this is players 3. So our single target is 19k, so it's nothing to sniff at, you know, it's still pretty reasonable. But for this, the gameplay is a little bit different because you want to kind of focus the smaller, squishier mobs first, so we can proc as many chain lightning as much as we can to finish off the rest of the pack, just like that, right? So Flare Jungle is a really good option just to showcase that chain lightning spreading and working through. Here we are. Let's finish off this Shaman pack. Nice confused proc from Dream. There we go, boys. A nice weird option for you if you're getting bored of other Enchantress things or whatnot, you know? So, self-wield. Infinity with chain lightning. Hey, there we go. Have a good one, boys.